Hi everyone, this is Joe from Healing Math Trauma, and I'm going to try to not let this video get too much into being just sort of a rant. But I want to talk today about notation and how it can be used and also misused in math education. Now, notation is a hugely important part of mathematics. Mathematicians use notation all the time. We have really careful and thoughtful ways that we define various pieces of notation. But the thing is, all of that notation exists for a reason. It exists because we need to have a precise and concise and clear way to communicate certain ideas. And so if we want to teach notation to students, which we should, like kids should learn math notation, we need to motivate the need for that. Just like with math vocabulary, we shouldn't just throw a bunch of random vocabulary words and be like, here, memorize these. Kids should have a need for those words so that they can communicate the ideas that they're having. The same thing applies with notation. We need to generate an authentic need in students and children to want to have a clear and easy way to represent those ideas notationally. When we give students that clear intellectual need, the notation just feels natural and actually like helpful. And they're like, oh, great, I'm glad that you've taught me this way of concisely showing this thing so I don't have to write everything out. However, when we teach kids notation as this sort of like divorced, abstract, random thing that's like, here's a piece of notation, you just have to learn it just because, have fun with it, then it just feels really overwhelming and pointless and arbitrary, and that's the type of thing that can make kids start to lose their interest in math and even develop some math trauma and hate the subject. And so we need to be really careful with our use of notation, and when we introduce it, think carefully about why we're introducing it. And if you have ever looked at your child's math homework and seen some like random symbols and squiggles where you're like, what exactly does that even mean? Like, is this even English? Is this even, are these like alien hieroglyphs? It's important to just kind of question, is this notation that my child actually needs to be learning right now? Do they have an intellectual need for it? Or is this maybe notation that's just kind of being thrown at them for the sake of it? Because both of those things can happen in math education, and you want to be proactive in figuring out which sort of situation your child is in right now. If you have any questions about math notation, or you see any sort of random thing, you're like, is that actually a thing that my kid needs to be learning right now? Hit me up in the comments. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have.